that COVID might have impinged on the country.
Dr. Badilu Hotla, let me thank you so much for your time tonight. Well, let's continue here tonight. A new study shows South African consumers are facing unsustainably high levels of debt and continue to supplement their earnings with unsecured loans. Rocketing inflation and rising interest rates are also likely to put further strain on finances. Business reporter Dumisang Ndlovu has more.
The latest fourth quarter 2021 debt index from DebtBusters, published this week as part of its National Debt Awareness Month campaign, shows no increase in real income levels since 2016. Head of DebtBusters, Benay Sager, says consumers are now facing a perfect storm of rising interest rates and growing inflation that will impact their ability to borrow and pay back debt.
All income groups under severe pressure. Generally, higher income groups would have borrowings that are tied to some asset class, as we call them, whether they are financing a vehicle or financing a bond. And as a result, part of their debt belongs to assets, which is a good thing in the long term as you're building an asset base. And as you move down the income chain, the nature of the debt for the lower income groups, lower to middle income groups, is more unsecured. It's mostly personal loans, it's mostly store cards and so on.
Melezwa Langeni, an ordinary consumer, reflects a similar picture not only of her lived experience, but that of many others navigating debt in these tough economic times.
Sure, it's been terrible. Like, I had to let go of my cars, my house. We had to sell the house, and we let go of the cars and downgrade, and we had to let go of other stuff that we thought it was luxury. Like, we found out it was luxury after this happened, because before we thought it's just a way to live. So we had to let go of many things so that we can survive.
Another recent report by the National Debt Advisors highlights a positive outlook for consumers in its forecast for this year. Sager says better prospects depend on individual consumers' financial standing.
I think it's very important for consumers, if they are to get relief, that they actually understand their cost of credit and they understand how much they're paying for interest rates, and really get to know these things so that they can get the best deal possible out there when it comes to lending, so that they can get the right relief for themselves. So I think it's probably one of the cases where you can say two things can be true at the same time. I think for some consumers, it might be better, from job prospects and employment. But for other consumers who may have overstretched themselves, the interest rate increases will probably force them.
The price of commodities have all increased from December 2020 to December 2021. Further hikes in fuel and electricity are also expected. Analysts say now would be a good time to get one's financial house in order to avoid taking on additional debt. For NewzRoomAfrika on Channel 405, I'm Dumisang Ndlovu in Johannesburg.